Hello everybody! Today we will be talking about Champions Meeting 17. This is going to be pretty much going all over the necessities that you need in order to understand how Champions Meeting 17 works, and of course we will talk about what are the meta umas to use. Spoiler alert, that is not that much umas, and of course I will talk about my strategy that I will use at the end. So these skills are going to be relevant for Champions Meeting 17 in terms of greens. We have right-handed from Fire Motion. Also the Naruto Prime stamina card. This card is actually a decent card, especially now that Beeline Burst has been buffed to make it like Professor of Curvature, which of course is very good. Fall Runner, yeah, good luck. The only card that is giving you Fine Motion, but how many times do you get actually Fall Runner from Fine Motion? You should pray pretty much to get Fall Runner. Standard distance, we have El Condor Pass Up, both of her speed and power cards. The power card is a niche because the stamina threshold for this Champions Meeting is very annoying. Kawakami Princess Speed, if you do not have any other option, is also a very good card. Race Course, the only card that gives you this is going to be Smart Falcon Power card. You probably could have a couple of parents with this Race Course because most frontrunners have used this card, so maybe you have Race Course somewhere. Wet Conditions, the three cards that are going to be giving you this is going to be the SSR Nakayama Festa Wet, the SR Manhattan Cafe, and Shinko Wendy SR. Those three cards are decent, and of course we finally have El Condor Pasa Power with Sunny Days. This is a very niche card, so pretty much Sunny Days is not going to be something that you will see very often. However, there is one more green skill that is going to be collaborative dirt races. That one is only exclusive to Kapano Riki. However, you can spark this and you can use it on your other umas. However, that is very hard and it's only locked it to one character, so it's going to be pretty much very difficult for you to get that green skill on any other uma that is not Kapano Riki. As for the map analysis, let's just go over the map very quickly. As you can clearly see, this map is just a flat line. There is no uphill and there is no downhill, which is extremely awful. So let's go through the mid game very quickly. Pretty much, it's very simple. It begins at 0 meters and it ends at 333 meters. On the straight, it lasts from 0 all the way to 500 meters. That means that the beginning straight skills are going to be more of an impact compared to corner skills. As for the mid game, it begins for 333 meters and lasts all the way until 1333. The first corner lasts between 500 to 800 because each corner is 150 meters. And the second straight starts from 800 to 1300 meters. As for the rate rates, it starts from 1333 meters and it ends at 1667 meters. The last spurt starts from 1667 all the way to 2000. The third corner starts from 1300 to 1400 and the final corner lasts from 140 to 164. That means a skill like Red Shift is not going to work because it's going to have a very delayed activation. And the final straight starts from 1614 meters. As we checked on the map very quickly, do not buy these skills. Those skills are not going to activate for Champions Meeting 17, that being After School Stroll or Go Home Specialist for Gold Ship. If you do not remember this skill, this is an encloser exclusive skill that procs after 10 seconds in the match if there is a downhill. But there is no downhill, so that means that it will not proc. And Moxie is the same thing for frontrunners, but you need an uphill. So an Uma that has Restless like Marzinski will not have a recovery for this Champions Meeting, which of course is very bad. What are the stat lines? This Champions Meeting is probably one of the harshest when it comes to the stat requirements because you want to be over 1500 speed, about 901 to your stamina, about at least above 1000 power and width, and like the guts could be around 600. Why 901 stamina? That is because the secret like stat threshold is stamina. And number 2, this champion's meeting is probably going to be filled with debuffers, but let's talk about that later. You probably also want to buy a gold recovery skill with that stamina. As for the sparks, stamina is the most important spark, followed by power. Stamina is like 3 times has power. If you do not have like stamina sparks, you will probably slot in a stamina card instead of the stamina sparks. But if you have stamina sparks, that is very effective, and I will highly recommend it. Then you finally have wit for the blue sparks. As for the medium and dirt sparks, medium spark is of course going to be better unless your Uma has very poor attribute when it comes to dirt, which is going to be pretty much most of the cast. So dirt and medium are going to be pretty much equal in value unless your Uma has very good dirt attribute, and at that point you pretty much go for medium S. As for the strategy, that being like a front runner S, late soldier S, those have pretty much close to no value because there is no uphill and no downhill. Because the strategy S ranks only affect the end race wet checks, that being the pace up mode, the downhill mode, those skills. So this will not work very effectively, and I will highly against not going for strategy S. Let's go over the skills. The skills is very simple. For the universal part, pretty much every single style, straightaways and corners is very effective. I highly recommend you also go for medium straightaways and corners. Slipstream is very effective. Tail held high is very effective. Ramp up, playtime's over. All these skills are going to have very good value. As for the unique skills for everybody, pretty much Oracle of Blessings is going to be very strong. Triumphant Pulse for non-front runners is also very good too. As for the skills that you can get for your front runner, I highly recommend these skills. Groundwork and taking the lead are of course a must-have skills. As for the other skills, prudent positioning, ignited spirit wit, dodging danger, up-tempo, leader sprite, fast-paced, and firm resolve are very good skills. Firm resolve is a recently added skill where if there is somebody that is behind you on the final straight, provided that you are a front runner, you will get a 0.25 target speed increase for 2.4 seconds, I believe, which of course is very good. As for the unique skills, pretty much you have angling and scheming, which is a must-have skill. A kiss of courage is very good too. Operation Cacao is good, and also Uji Mihono Bourbon is also a good inheritance for the champion's meeting. If you are running multiple front runners, Pure Heart is going to be nice, and if you are going to also have like multiple front runners in that match, you will probably also get value off of Lights of Vidal Valley. As for the skills that you can go for the Pace Chasers unironically has received a lot of buffs, and especially with the balance changes, now they are actually more competitive, unlike Champions Meeting 15 for example. Up tempo is very good, Nimble Navigator and Head On, those are your 2 key acceleration skills, because right now Pace Chasers still do not have a reliable acceleration. Then you have Umastan. This is a 2000 meter course, so this will have very good value. All I have got is a final straight skill, which of course is going to be good. Unstoppable from Agastekion speed, must have skill. If you do not have the skill, I don't know if you are playing a Pace Chaser. And then you have Latch On. Latch On again is a new skill that is exclusive for Pace Chasers and late soldiers, and what it is that if you have an overtake target in the mid game, you get target speed increase. That helps you secure overtaking somebody, and you potentially could proc something like ramp up, and then after a second passes or 3 seconds, you will probably proc playtimes over 2. This is a very strong skill too. As for the unique skills, you could unironically pick Sand Sky. Why? Because on average, frontrunners is not that common for this champion's meeting, because I wonder most of the frontrunners are very bad attribute. Anyways, you could run away with angling and scheming if you get lucky pace. Pure Heart is also very good, and then Lights of Vidal Valley is also very good too. As for the late soldiers, you have a lot of skills. Pretty much most of the skills that are by the name of late soldier, outside of like a skill called Fighter and 1,500,000 CC, is pretty much what you are going to be taking. On your left, and Nimble Navigator and Take the Chance are your probably like key 3 acceleration skills alongside Major Odobor and Major Ryan's unique skill. All I've got is good. Pedal to the Metal is also very good. Outer Shell is decent. Position Plifer has been buffed, which makes it very good. And then we of course have Umasten and Latch On. As for the enclosers, I forgot to add one skill, and that being take the chance. Pretty much if you are an encloser, you should also go with take the chance. You of course have your Umasten, Daring Strike, All I've Got, and Nimble Navigator, and of course you have your Measure Ryan and Measure Dober. However, just so you know, it's going to be really annoying without auto to farm these two up, especially Measure Dober, because her attribute was long and dirt is very rough. But if you use auto, that is probably not going to be a massive issue. As for the deficit to consider, pretty much it comes down to your Uma's growth rate and the stamina sparks that she has. If she has like 10%, 20% speed growth, while also having good stamina sparks, you could consider go for 3 speed and 2 wit and light hello. If not, then you will probably slot in super quick if your Uma has 20% speed growth rate while not having decent amount of stamina sparks. Decent amount is like 12 stamina sparks or above, by the way, just so that you can get a decent number. Oh boy, let's talk about the CM. I do not like the meta for this Champions meeting because it's pretty much going to be either Christmas Oguri double Dominator or Christmas Oguri double Momen. Each pretty much counter a specific thing. Christmas Oguri double Dominator pretty much counters like the other Christmas Oguris that use Oguri and double Murmur. For example, who is going to be faster? The Oguri with double Dominator or Oguri with double Murmur? It's going to be the Uma that has double Dominator, of course. However, the one with Murmur beats pretty much the entire cast that do not have any recovery skills that is innate on them, or that do not have a unique recovery skill. Which pretty much means that this Champions meeting is going to be run by Christmas Oguri. The second place character is probably going to be Kaparo Riki, and the difference between her and Christmas Oguri is still a very big margin, which means the Champions meeting is going to be a very fun Champions meeting. The other teams that could work out is very simple: double front runner and like a Murmur or a Dominator, and your Oshi and like a double Murmur or a Dominator. I do not highly recommend trying to go triple pace unless you have 3 Oshis for dirt, which of course power to you if you can make it work. You have my deepest gratitude and you're like an actual Chad. This Champions meeting is very rough, trust me. I do not want to really go like very in depth. It's pretty much just Christmas Oguri slop CM, like Champions meeting 12, but you pretty much have G attribute, at least for me. Here is the reason why. Pretty much Christmas Oguri has corner recovery, straightaway recovery because it's been buffed. The style of your choice has a recovery, like you can pick either of the two. If you are, let's say, building a late soldier Christmas Oguri, you can go corner recovery and straightaway recovery. And then your triggers are probably going to be 777s or Uma squared. If you are running Pace Chaser, which I think is the best for Christmas Oguri, you will probably go to get Uma squared and 777 together and like have a pretty much very high chance to activate Festive Miracle, and you just automatically win because nobody else can survive. The meta Umas to use for Champions Meeting 17. It's literally just 2 Umas. That is going to be Christmas Oguri and Kaparo Riki. I know I sound negative in this Champions Meeting, but I will go to the section very quickly. This Champions Meeting is not a good Champions Meeting. My thoughts on this Champions Meeting. Champions Meeting 17 is probably the worst Champions Meeting that I have ever seen. The meta involves around one specific character that stands way above everybody else because the Champions Meeting does not have an uphill or downhill, which means that recovery skills are going to, or like the stamina threshold is going to be relatively high. That means that pretty much she is going to be able to survive the longest. And then the problem is that the second best character on that like map has a decent gap between her and Christmas Oguri, and that character has a decent gap between her and the rest of the game. That means that this Champions meeting is very poorly designed, and it's probably going to be very stupid. From what I've been told, like at least from like a couple of my Japanese player friends, it's either the worst Champions meeting that it was ever designed, or at least top 3 worst Champions meeting design of all time. That says a lot. Pretty much the problem is going to be, I will talk about it in the second slide, which is going to be my team. You can already guess what it is, but pretty much the problem is that most of the cast is like dirt F or below. And people like to run their favorite characters. A lot of people actually, not just like pretty much like the meta is like some people that just do not care about the Oshi aspect, or like get very like tired or like very busy. They just run the meta, and that is of course okay. But let's say somebody wants to run their Oshi. Let's say your Oshi is like, I don't know, like just Tamamo Cross for example, or like, okay, let's get a better example. Your Oshi is going to be like Halloween Rice Shower. She has an innate recovery skill, so that is good. She is Dirt G. That means that you need to spark Dirt at least twice to make it at least a very good ace. And then you potentially want to also go with Medium S, so your speed is not that far behind from that Christmas Oguri. And then you will realize, hold on, you pretty much need to get also a good career from the Grand Life scenario. And Grand Life is a very RNG scenario. And guess what? Your inspiration is also very RNG heavy. So my team is of course solo Ace B Hello Barbara. And I'll probably just accept the fact that I'm going to be going to Group B finals, because this is not a joke. I have seen a UF rank Right Shower that had 22.5% win rate. This Champions meeting is not it. Like I don't enjoy this Champions meeting. And if you are somebody that is willing to play Oshi PvP, don't bother with this CM. Trust me. If your Uma is Dirt G, just pretend that she does not exist and just run Christmas Oguri or Kapado Riki. Just play something that will not make you go insane. This is a madman talking to you about running his favorite character that is like on global at least, and accepting the fact that he's going to go with Group B finals. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing and consider joining the community server. And I hate that I had to be negative earlier, because that is the reality of this Champions meeting. The Champions meeting is very poorly designed, and I highly recommend people, if you are somebody that just wants to play the game and enjoy the game, and if you like your Oshis, you can run them, you can try, but just have a backup plan with like a Christmas Oguri or Kapado Riki in case if you do not perform well on the first day of the Champions meeting. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one.